Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. Now these individual zodiac readings will be for the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. These readings are timeless, so it's whenever you come across these readings is when they're most likely going to resonate for you guys. With these messages, as they are general, please only take what you feel resonates and leave the rest, so please do not force a story to fit. Now, with these readings, they can resonate with your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign for yourself or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind. So please use your own sense of discernment in relation to the placements. Now, guys, I'm just using this one deck of cards today. This is the Light Seers Tarot. We're going to start off the reading today, the readings, with Taurus. So, hey, Taurus, how are we? Welcome. I hope you guys are all well. As I've already said in the introduction, these are going to be for your sun, moon, rising or Venus placements for yourself or for your love interest. So we're going to shuffle the cards a few times and then we'll get straight into your reading. Angels of love and light, will you please have clear and concise messages for Taurus, sun, moon, rising and Venus? What do they need to know in relation to love for this week, please? And thank you. It's so interesting to me because my intention was to start off with Capricorn, but then I kept on having Taurus kind of just shouted at me. So maybe you guys are really wanting some messages. You're wanting to be going first. So I had to kind of do what I'm told. Okay. So let's get into this. Okay, Ten of Swords. So no wonder you guys have been wanting messages. Either this is something that you're going through a very troubling time right now, or your person has. There's something closing off. I feel like things are improving. Yeah, look at this, Page of Cups. So potentially I feel this is more on the lines of your love interest has gone through a lot, okay, and they're closing out a difficult and painful cycle in their life. When it has come to love, this person may feel quite vulnerable at this time. Or you both have had a hard time in relation to love, and so this person is getting ready to come forward and confess some sort of feelings, maybe ask you out. I'm feeling along those lines. But let's get some cards on the table. Yeah, I said cards on the table and they jumped out, so they want to be on the table. Seven of Cups in reversal, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. Two of Cups, beautiful. Eight of Pentacles in reverse and Justice in reverse. Wow. Okay, the Star in reverse, Aquarius energy. Let's get the last two cards on the table and then go from there, shall we? Well, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reversal, which is your energy, guys. Which is your energy. Look, the Star and then the Ten of Pentacles. So something wasn't shining as bright as it seemed to do with a situation. Someone wasn't really genuinely happy in a situation. Right, two more please. What can we get to go underneath Temperance for Taurus? Two more came through. Wow, King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Whew. Do you know what? I'm seeing this as like two halves. You see all this negativity here, or supposed negativity, as you would contemplate it with it being a reversal, but not all reverse cards are negative. But with what I'm feeling here, there's this sense of this half of what's going on here and another half of the Temperance, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups and the King of Cups. The overall energy with the Five of Wands. Yeah, there's like a sense of like an inner battle going in here. I'm going on in here, in this, but going on here. The Devil with the Five of Wands and the World. So something is closing up. Could potentially be dealing with a Capricorn, a Sagittarius, a Taurus, so a fellow Taurus, a Leo, an Aquarius. Two of Swords, Ten of Cups in reverse, the Tower in reverse, which is Aries and Scorpio. And then we have the Magician, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, Seven of Wands, and then the Empress in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, Scorpio again with the Death and Rebirth, Leo in the reverse with the Strength card, and then Aquarius again. I've been told to go down this far for a reason. So what I'm feeling predominantly is that there is someone that you have history with, that you've known for, I'm getting a significant amount of time, and you've always had a crush on this person. You may have expressed your feelings to this person in the past, you may have put yourself out there, and for some reason, I'm not sure why, it wasn't well received by this person. Not because they're not interested in you, or not because they didn't want you, or not even because they didn't fancy you. Actually, it's far from the opposite. They really fancy you. They are very much in their feels when it comes to you, but they had no idea on how to move this connection forward um, at all. I'm feeling that potentially they may have played a few childish games in the past. They could have been a little bit immature. But what I'm seeing from all of this is that this person has leveled up in a massive way. Okay, they have matured, they've gone through a few life experiences, and they've learned a lot when it has come to love or relationships of sorts, and different connections. And I feel ultimately this person is wanting the real deal. They're wanting something very stable in their life. I feel like this person is somebody who would like to have a family, unless they already have a family or children, but they're wanting to potentially blend families if you have your own children. Okay, this person sees marriage as well. I'm getting family man, family woman. I'm getting homemaker. Somebody who potentially likes to work from home or wants to work from home or have their own business of sorts. Somebody who has the flexibility to be able to do what they want in relation to their creative pursuits, but also I'm getting the sense they want to be a provider and a protector, and someone that you can kind of count on, who's going to be reliable, and someone who is going to be very courteous of your feelings and sensitivities onto certain issues and things like that. Like, I'm getting a strong sense of physical touch may be very important for this person. I'm picking up on that could potentially be a love language. Maybe this is your love language or this person's, but I'm feeling like they are in love with you, or they've already been in love with you for a long time, or they've just realized it on some sort of aha moment that they are in love with you. I'm getting absence makes the heart grow fonder. So if you've had separation for a long time and you've not communicated very much, things have not been very fair between the two of you, or things seem to appear a particular way, like it's not really working out, everything is actually working out for you guys a lot better than you think and feel that it is. I'm wanting to put that out there. So this person's about to come forward and they're about to be vulnerable with you and express themselves to you emotionally. They've gained clarity on a previous situation. They know that it's not working out there. I'm getting out on that situation anymore, out there. They're putting it out there. So I'm feeling like they've put it out there to the universe that they're ready to close off something, or they've been thinking about closing it off, and they needed some sort of sign for them to have that recognition that they are doing the right thing by closing off of something. This could have been happening quite a while ago, and they may have realized that they've been in something karmic, okay, and they've been dealing with a karmic partner or a karmic ex, or maybe just a long-term situation that wasn't working out for them, maybe something in relation to their business. I'm getting contracts, something to do with their family dynamic wasn't quite right, or they've learned some very I'm getting some challenging lessons in relation to their parents. So maybe there was some sort of childhood or teenager kind of wounds that they may have had, that they didn't really kind of see that it was like getting in the way of their love life, that something may have happened, and they're learning from certain instances. So they're kind of like peeling back of an onion. They're peeling back certain pieces of information or finding things out, and they're getting to the core root of the problem. And with them doing of this, it's actually allowing them to feel more secure within oneself after a period of time of feeling relatively insecure. Just seen 1111 on my timer. The other messages I'm getting is that this person was fearful of change. They were. Without a shadow of a doubt, this person was fearful of change. They were fearful of stepping into the unknown. They were fearful of what life was going to bring them if they were to make these massive changes in their life, because they knew that whatever they were going to do was going to bring up some sort of chaos, and they weren't ready for the chaos, but they knew that it had to happen in order for them to finally get that sense of order, if you know what I mean. I know that sounds a bit wordy, but it's the way that's coming out. This person is realizing that the connection with you goes deeper than anything else that they've ever experienced in their life. And if you were in this person's life beforehand and you were just like a constant presence in this person's life, this person wouldn't have actually recognized or seen your value with you being there all the time. And this, I know, is incredibly painful, it's very unfair, and it does hurt. But this person didn't see the significance of your connection, the worth of this connection, or maybe even your worth, because you were just there. And you needed to make sure that you weren't there. You were guided to be away from this person because you gained clarity that they potentially were still dealing in a connection with someone else, or they were legally tied in with someone else, or financially tied in with someone else, they had children with someone else, whatever it is. This person couldn't see you because they were dealing with so much on their plate, with everything else being constantly distracted, that they couldn't and getting see the wood for the trees. I know that sounds incredibly cliche, but that's what's coming through. This person was fighting their inner demons here with the Five of Wands and the Devil and the World. They were blinded in some sort of way to not see of a situation so that it wouldn't close out any sooner. And this was purposely done, okay? This was purposely done because someone had an ulterior motive to keep of a home or a family dynamic going or what have you. And it wasn't built on a strong foundation anyway, but what ended up manifesting was that this person went through certain instances with a karmic partner, a karmic ex, or supposed family or friends here, people who they thought had their back, but actually they were just stabbing them in the back with a smile on their face, okay? They were just codependent, they were overly indulgent, they were dealing with your love interest by trying to control and manipulate them to get what they wanted out of them. And your person had to see these really hard truths that these people who they may have even had children with, okay, or they grew up with, or they'd known for a significant amount of time, were just all false, who never really truly cared for them in the first place. And they just all, you know, wanted to see what they could get out of your person and out of a situation and take them for granted, and took their kindness for weakness. Because I feel like your love interest may have given their all to be in another connection or situation which they thought was going to be happily ever after, and it was far from it, and it wasn't that. And this person may have thought that what they were doing in the past and where they were at it wasn't going to get any better than that. And so they thought that, obviously with the sense of comparison with you and whoever they were dealing with at the time, they decided to stay put because they didn't know of any better, or they didn't think that anything better was going to come off of it if they were to leave that situation and come towards you. But this was all done here with the devil being a puppet on the string. Your person didn't know and realize that they were the puppet here, and all these other people were playing with them, you know, mind games and all sorts, to try to trick them and deceive them and control them into staying in something which your person which your person thought that, do you know what, I feel like I completely lost my trail of thought. And that's interesting to me, because your person may have thought, okay, I've got the idea, everything's made clear to me now, I'm not going to work out in this situation, I'm going to go through the breakup, the separation, or the divorce, nothing's fair, this is not happening, this is not how I wanted my life to go, this is not how things wanting to go. And then something would happen in your person's life. It would put the cat amongst the pigeons, as it were. It would ruffle a few feathers, and then your person would be so distracted to the point, or wouldn't kind of follow through with whatever it is that their intention was to close off of the situation, because there was so much else going on being piled onto this person. So it felt that like it was practically impossible to actually break free and to find the light here somewhere, if you know what I mean. It's like, I feel like really trying to explain myself. It's like the sense of a battle of light and dark here, with the devil and temperance. You know, this person knew that the connection with you was different, that your connection would be very good for them, would be very healing for them. But this person was fearful of making change. They've also been fearful about starting again or trying again, because they don't want to go through the amount of ish that they've already gone through to do with another situation. It's like, for some reason, what I'm picking up on is that this person is so aware now. They're so intuitive. Some of them may have even started to develop their kind of spiritual gifts here. They may have gone through a spiritual awakening. They may have addressed some sort of healing, and they're now cutting out people. And I'm getting like a lighter load. So now this person is realizing the amount of difference it actually makes by cutting off certain connections in their life. And now more than anything, they want this reconciliation with you, because I feel ultimately that's what this is. They want a reconciliation with you, and their heart's set on it. Their heart is set on coming forward and making things right with you. It's all they can think about. All they can think about is the prospect of you and this person having happily ever after for real. And they know that they, in a sense, can't really have that with anyone else, because they feel the deeper spiritual kind of soul connection in relation to this. Like, they know that it's spiritual in nature. They know that there's this spiritual tie there, the soul tie, the emotional attachment and connection there is between the two of you. This person may be even up in their head obsessively thinking about how to come forward towards you, or they have been for quite some time. Maybe I'm getting, for some reason, that they've been trying to do a few things on the quiet to make sure a certain person they're dealing with doesn't catch wind of what they're doing. That's what I'm feeling. But your person loves you. They are very much in love with you. They know that this connection is very deep. They know that other people are not happy for them, basically. They're not happy for your love interest. They're certainly not happy for you, because your love interest is going to come forward and pursue you. And unfortunately, there may be a few people in your life that may be coming out the woodwork, and you may be like, oh, wow, okay, well, I really thought that they were going to be, like A1 day one. They've been there from the beginning. And then you realize that you've had a friendship or something with these people for, 10 plus years or whatever. And then they turns out that they're trying to, stab you in the back. And they're jealous and envious about what it is that you're about to have or you will be having. And you may be really quite surprised, and it's going to upset quite a few of you. But I feel like you guys are very, very intuitive here yourselves. I feel like you have a strong sense of discernment. You'll be able to make judgment, a really good, clear judgment on these people. Even though the people around you may be close, family members, friends, loved ones, it's you kind of you kind of know and trust and have faith that you are being divinely guided, being divinely protected, that this connection is protected, you're being watched over, you're being looked after, and that you see things from a higher objective, you see things from a higher perspective, and it's like just knowing and having faith that whoever is meant to be with you on your journey is going to be there with you on your journey, and the same is for your person as well. And I feel like you two are about to cross paths, or you will be relatively soon, and there's going to be a very happy union, reunion, and reconciliation between the two of you. It's going to feel so natural, it's going to feel really easy. Obviously, at first, there may be a little bit of awkwardness, okay, potentially at first, because especially if there's been a long period of time where you've not really spoken to each other, or, cleared the air or discussed the previous happenings of how things may have not kind of worked out before, it is going to be a little bit stressful, or you feel that it will be. But I'm getting the overall impression, I keep on looking at this kind of angel here, like there's a lot of angels around you, I'm feeling, who are actually going to be there when you have this conversation with this person, to kind of take away that negative kind of anxiety and potential emotions surrounding you both about what may or may not happen when you talk to each other. It's gonna just, it'll be like a load lighten off you, a lighten load off of you. My words are like, whoa. That's what I'm getting. So you may feel like a little bit tongue-tied with each other, or all I keep on doing is looking into this person's eyes. So you'll probably sit with your love interest, and you just won't be able to take your eyes off of each other. You'll just be left speechless. You'll be left speechless because there's so much that wants to be said, but it's all not being said right now because you feel this overwhelming love for each other. I'm getting a strong sense of divine, unconditional love between the two of you, but you haven't had your time in the sun, as it were. You've both dealt with a lot of ish, basically, and I totally get it. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming, and you've certainly both have had to go through a lot to be able to get to this point before coming together. But ultimately, when you do get together, it will be worth it. It will be worth it. And then you'll kind of look back on your life and go, wow, I can't believe I went through all of that. I can't believe they went through all of that. And now we're here, and we can kind of, the past is the past, and we can move on forward in a really new positive light, and both be on our kind of journeys and on our paths, as it were, but being together but separate, having that interdependence, like being that independent person but independently, like interdependence, or whatever it's called. Interdependence, I'm not sure, not codependent, but you're two independent people but you're together, and it's like so it's between the two of you. I feel like you'll kind of know what I'm getting at here, but yeah, you're gonna this person definitely wants to hold your hand. Now I'm getting that song, Beatles, I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. Yeah, this is quite an old song, so you may be really into music, or your person is. I'm getting messages through music now, so some of you may feel that you have potentially a telepathic connection with this person, especially if you're dealing with your twin flame. You feel like they're sending you songs, bring you both comfort. Yeah, I'm getting that too. But you both have had to have your dreams shattered in other situations, in other ways, for this to be able to come together and then have your dreams come true with you both being together. Because this person definitely wants to work on this with you, to the point where they're probably exhausting of themselves right now, where they're actually overworking. But they know that you've had a hard time. I'm getting told survival mode. They know that you have most likely gone through a lot of time being in survival mode, and all this person wants to do is to look after you. But I feel like it's really important at this time that you are nurturing of yourself, nourishing yourself. I mean, maybe take a look at your diet. I'm getting hydration levels, I'm getting skincare, I'm getting workout routines, I'm getting the sense of walks. Anything that you feel is going to be good for your body, okay? Now, it's not necessarily just like your kind of physical body with, going to the gym or cutting up junk food, you know what I mean. I'm getting more on the lines of like, sorry, it was a confirmation burp there. Sorry about that. I was getting more on the lines of like your well-being, as in your physical well-being, as your mental well-being, as your emotional well-being, as in the whole sense of holistic healing, rather than necessarily just focusing predominantly on, I'm getting the superficial things for some reason. So maybe you feel like, oh, you and this person can't come together as yet because you're wanting to, lose a few pounds, or there's something that you feel isn't quite right about your body. You may be feeling not so secure about yourself in some sort of way, so you may be a little bit kind of scared about the idea of bumping into this person or getting together with this person. Oh, well, we haven't seen each other in a long time, so maybe they'll kind of look at me a particular way, and they'll, I'm getting noticed the grey hairs. They'll kind of see I've got a few more wrinkles or what have you, and you may be a little bit concerned about that. But I don't feel like you have anything to worry about at all. Or maybe this is what's going on with your person. I'm not saying that there's a strong sense of vanity here, but I'm just feeling like, obviously, if you haven't seen each other in a long time and you get together, you want to look and feel your best, don't you? Um, but don't overly stress over the little things, because I'm getting 9 times out of 10, or probably they won't even notice what your kind of supposed flaws are. So I'm getting the sense of being perfectly imperfect, okay? Yeah, I'm getting told not to be so hard on yourself. Maybe you're both hard on yourselves, okay? That could be something that resonates. But Sagittarius is here strongly. We have Libra. We do have Capricorn coming through. We have more Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Gemini, Aries, Virgo coming through, Libra. Also, strong earth coming through, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, water, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But you could be seeing lots of twos, lots of ones. You could be seeing 1111, 888, 777, 555. I'm getting threes as well. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the reading. But I hope that there were some messages that resonated for you in this reading. Some messages, if not the whole reading. And I hope you have enjoyed this reading as much as I've enjoyed reading for you today. Now, if you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links now available. So thank you so much to those of you who've already donated. I greatly appreciate you guys. Even if you do not financially donate, a great way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment back down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments. So thank you so much. Also, guys, as a reminder, can you please put on the notification or the notification bell? If you click on that, that will give you an indication and an alert as to when the video is now up or available on the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. So thank you all so much. I really don't want you guys to miss out. But I hope you have a wonderful week. Please take care of yourselves. Sending love and light your way. Many blessings. Bye, guys. Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to Virgo's reading. Now, this can resonate with your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus placements for yourself or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind. So please use your own sense of discernment with the messages that come through for you today. Now, I've obviously already said this in the introduction, but I just thought I'd re-say it in case you hadn't seen the intro. But let's get into your reading anyway, guys. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards a couple of times, and then we'll cut up the deck and get straight into it. One more. Hope you're all okay. So, what do we have for Virgo? These are timeless readings. So it's whenever you come across these readings is where they may resonate for you. Oh, wow. 8 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so there could be someone reaching out to you relatively soon. Someone's got their eye on you. Okay, as I say that, the star, Aquarius energy. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, maybe even a fire sign, or somebody has strong fire and fire and air placements. But someone's definitely looking at you and they really like what they see. Yeah, they really like what they see. Wow. I'm getting star in the making. So are you making waves, guys? Are you making big moves? I'm getting boss moves. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Sagittarius energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Let's get a few cards in this. Let's get a few more cards. What's going on here? Justice. Oh my gosh, love that. We got the 10 with the Wheel of Fortune and then 11. So there's beautiful progression here. So I may as well feel like I want to have that upright because the sense it cancels it out anyway. So things haven't felt like they've been working out in your favor. Wow, if I can get my words out, you've been going through a few setbacks or maybe felt like you didn't have the backing from the universe, but I'm getting karmic justice is coming into play. Potentially you could be just dealing with a Libra specifically. There's a lot going on here. Look, as I say that, King of Swords coming through. Do you know what? I'm getting this wow, I was going to say impression and indication at the same time. Somebody's got their words twisted, but they're trying to come across as that King of Swords, or maybe you're sitting in the energy of the King of Swords, with that sense of like, you knowing what your truth is, you know what you want, you know which direction you're going in, there's no kind of no fluff, there's no fluff, okay? But maybe this person's not quite sure how to communicate so directly to you, like you managed just to get to the point in some way. You can easily speak your truth of how you feel about certain things, and this person really admires that and maybe feel a little bit intimidated that if they were to express their feelings or try to express their feelings about you, or if you were to come together and have a conversation about a topic of interest, I mean, specifically for you, it will come across as really easy, but this person would want to come across as very knowledgeable as well. But I'm getting the sense of not quite hitting the mark. So, and now I'm getting like a nervous laugh. A nervous laugh or a nervous giggle. Maybe you might find it endearing, okay? Because this person may be trying to impress you. I'm getting that. As I say that, the King of Swords. I mean, how many times have I just shuffled this deck of cards, guys? And I've just been talking about it. Oh my gosh, with the Lovers. Gemini energy. Wow, I feel like I'm shaking. Why am I shaking? You could be dealing with a high-level soulmate here, or maybe even someone that you feel like you've got a past life connection with, or maybe even a twin flame. So you're very decisive and you know what you want. And I feel like you've been single for a while and you're quite happy being single. Obviously, of course, who doesn't want to have the love of their life just kind of show up? But I feel like you've just kind of been doing your thing and getting on with it. Yeah, making your own dreams happen here with the 9 of Cups. And this person may look at you and be like, wow, do they really need me? Wow, oh no, bless them. 10 of Cups with it. Look, oh my gosh, this person is so nervous. I feel like I just needed to wipe my brow. Like, I feel like I'm not sweating or anything, but I just feel like, oh, I feel weird. Yeah, this is it. Look, it adds up to the 10 of Cups. And as I say that, we have the 10 of Cups showing through, right? Bear with me. 8 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse. So this person wants to have the happy home. They want to have the long-term commitment. They see something really stable and solid with you. They could see their, I'm getting living out the rest of their days with you, but they feel like they're going to be rejected if they were to come forward towards you, and that you'll show them the door. Because I feel like you have so much self-love now, like you're just kind of, you can kind of take it or leave it if someone was to approach you, because you're not going to settle for less, especially when it comes to love. And that has to be a really certain, like, wow, I was getting a really certain person. So you may already have your sights on a particular person that you feel a strong connection with, but I'm getting more on the lines of, it's going to take a certain type of somebody to come into your life who's actually going to bring more to you in your life than what you're already giving and providing of yourself, if you get what I mean. I know that sounded a bit long-winded, but that's what I was getting. Look at that with the Three of Cups, as I say that with the Nine of Cups. You want someone else who's going to be in your life, who's going to add to it rather than take away from it. So yeah, and I feel like this person really wants to kind of be there for you. They know what they want and they want you. Okay, maybe they just thought the timing between you wasn't right before, and so certain things just didn't work out in your favor, but they're getting ready to turn around. Two of Pentacles, yeah, it's a bit like, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Are we going to move forward? Is it never going to happen? And maybe you've just been taking some time to heal. I'm getting heal the wounds from the past. Yeah, this person may have not been very mature before with that Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They could have, I'm getting, for some of you, they could be very career orientated or work, very much into their work, and so they couldn't make a decision about the connection with you because they thought that it meant that they would have to give up on some sort of projects or their dreams in some sort of way, which obviously isn't true. But I'm getting hell-bent. They were hell-bent on the idea that's what would most likely happen if they were to get together with you in the past, because they didn't have certain things right. Wow, Queen of Pentacles just jumping out. There's your energy, guys, with the Nine of Swords in reversal. King of Wands, yeah, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse. This person wasn't very mature before. They didn't have the emotional intelligence before to deal with a connection as deep as yours. They were very, very passionate about the connection, as in you and them getting together and having a fun time, but to actually have a long-term commitment and something steady and stable, they were not ready for that. Yeah, here with the Five of Swords, I feel like they just weren't ready for you. They may have asked for you. They may have been like, well, when is the love of my life coming in? Well, if we give you, like, the universe is saying, well, if we were to give you the love of your life and you were to look them in the face, or you would start talking to them, would you even notice them anyway? And they were like, yeah, of course I would. And then you most likely came into their life at that point where they asked for the person who they were meant to be destined with. As I said, as I say that, I've got 1010 that came up on my timer. And so they chose to ignore it, or didn't look at this connection in maybe in the same way that you were seeing of it from before. You knew not necessarily the potential of the connection, but you've just felt something more with it that you couldn't explain to anyone else. I'm getting that for some reason. Ooh. Do you know what? My chest feels really heavy. Feel like all out of breath. Like, this person is panicking. Look at this, Eight of Wands. I was getting that, my chest feeling tight. I'm getting that sense of like anticipation, the excitement, knowing that something is about to happen. Eight of Wands with the Six of Cups and the Knight of Wands. This person probably is going to reach out to you soon and say, hey, not like kind of what are you up to type thing, but they just want to kind of put their toe in the water and feel out what's going on in this connection, especially if you haven't spoken in a while. The King of Swords. He definitely wanted to show out in this reading. Absolutely. I mean, that's the third or the fourth time that we've seen him now. What else, please? What else? Oh gosh, this is so crazy. 10 of Wands, and I'll take one more to go underneath this Queen of Pentacles, please, for Virgo. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Do you know what it is? Is that with it landing on top of the Wheel of Fortune like that in reverse, the indication that I'm getting is that this person wants to come forward with an offer, but they are so scared of your rejection. They may even put you on a little bit of a pedestal here, guys, okay? Yeah. Do you know what? I'm just, like I said to you earlier, they weren't mature enough to have this blessing, which was, I know it's going to sound thingy, but the blessing from the universe of the gift of what they wanted in relation to love to turn into a physical manifestation, and you showed up with your true, genuine, light-hearted, lovey self, or lovely self. I don't know why I say lovey. Maybe someone calls someone lovey or a lot. Why do I keep saying it? But this person, do you know what? I just feel like you intimidate them. Look, King of Pentacles in reversal, King of Cups upright, Knight of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles, Five of Wands. That, look at that. That Death and Rebirth wanted to come out in reversal, and then it's coming out upright. So that wanted to be made itself known, that it wants to come out upright. So that this person believes there can be a major transformation in your connection here with the Lovers and the Knight of Wands wanting to show itself. You have a lot of people interested in you. You have a lot of people who are going to be kind of hitting you up at some point, messaging you out the blue, going to be ringing you up, emailing you, people who are going to open themselves up to you, people who you may have thought were just, friends. You've known them for a long time, but they have these secret crushes on you, and they're going to come forward with some sort of offer, and they'll want to see if they could actually have of anything long term with you. This person believes you are a perfect match for each other, right? But you never had your opportunity of being together in a romantic way. So you may have thought that at one point, okay, because of how things went down in the past, maybe this isn't my person. And so therefore you had to turn your back on them and give them a wide berth and just focus on you and kind of address any hurt that there may have been from the potential missed opportunity that there was from before. But I feel like on a deeper level, you just knew that this person was most likely your person, and I'm getting your one, the one to be with, the one to build with, the one to have of everything with. But they were not showing themselves as that in the past, and so you may have doubted yourself. But I feel ultimately you may have felt like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'm not as, tapped in with my intuition as I thought I was. But actually, there just needed to be some time that kind of played out, basically. I'm getting a sense of a waiting game, like something's been a bit of a waiting game for things to turn around, and so that you would, eventually get to the finish line of finding out, okay, so it's not all being for nothing, but it's taken its time for you and this person to eventually come together and talk, or potentially discuss about the potential for getting into a commitment, or where to go from here type thing. But what I'm feeling is that this person kind of pushed you away, but more than anything, I'm getting fancied the pants off you. They fancied the pants off you and they wanted you. I'm getting from day one. But they didn't want to come across to you as keen. So when you came across to this person and showed your interest, in the past and kind of put yourself out there to show that you were kind of keen on this person, they kind of just lapped it up and thought, oh, this is fantastic, this is great. But then they were like, hang on a second. Yes, this is great, but what am I meant to do with this now? I don't know how to deal with this. Oh my gosh. And they panicked. And I feel like you may have gone, oh, okay, well, maybe you're not supposedly meant to be the person I have of anything with, because you're coming across as immature and potentially quite unreliable. So maybe this isn't the right thing for me at this time with this person. So the other thing I'm getting is that there may be someone else coming in. I feel specifically there's two or three people. There's someone from the past who you felt something more with, or you feel a much deeper connection on a soul level with. There's someone new coming in relation to love, as in you may work with this person, um, you or another person where they're completely new. So, wow, okay, why am I getting that? So I'm getting another person. So I'm getting that you may have 3 or 4 people here, guys. So someone that you feel from the past who you felt this connection with and the timing wasn't right, or something didn't work out and you went into your kind of separate ways. There may be someone who's got an eye on you who you work with, so a colleague of sorts. There could be a friend of yours that also has a thing for you, and then they may be coming forward out of the woodwork to say, you know, I got feelings for you, um, as well as, and then someone brand new completely that you don't even know of as of yet. You may go traveling and then kind of meet this person. You may go traveling either for business or pleasure. Like, I'm getting something like a conference or a seminar, or you're going on a retreat, or there's something that you were thinking about doing and you go away and then you meet this person. So they could be in a similar line of work to you. Yeah, but you definitely have a choice here, guys. You definitely have a choice. And I feel like ultimately you know what you would like to do, but the person from the past who kind of pushed you away because they didn't know how to kind of get to grips with their feelings of you, and you know, about putting an investment in this connection, they've been up in their head because they can feel that you're kind of ready to bring in new into your life. Now, not necessarily new as in new love, I mean, it could be, but I'm feeling predominantly as in new contracts, new business contracts, new opportunities. You may be relocating to live somewhere else. You may be, I'm getting like wanting to purchase a new home or a new car, or you may be looking into certain investments, so that you could, I'm getting build a business from a side hustle, or like a hobby, or doing of something. There's something else that you're doing. But this person, whoever it is from the past, wants to come back and they want to give you a proper offer, something you can't refuse. They want to have you and them together live under the same roof, but they know that you are going to call them out on their BS. And this actually really scares them because they already feel like they've effed up in some sort of way. They're already carrying a heavy burden on their heart for hurting you because of the sense of their, you know, I'm getting indecisiveness in the past, or kind of sitting on the fence, or, you know, not, I'm even getting communicating with you about what your connection was or is or isn't or whatever. They're heavily burdened by the fact they do not sleep very well because all they can think about is the repercussions of their past actions, and they want to change the past and bring, you know, a sense of truth to you about how they feel and open up to you, because actually they are really into you, and so much more into you than they would like to admit that they're into you. but they just don't want you to know, which is actually quite sad, really. It's kind of upsetting in a sense, because obviously there's something deeper going on within them that doesn't feel necessarily comfortable enough with expressing themselves properly. But I feel there's something that's going to be happening in your life that's going to push you through to like make a breakthrough in your life, and some sort of major opportunity or something that's going to, I'm going to make you a big deal, okay, a hot commodity as it were. And then potentially if you are like online, or you're putting yourself out there online, or people knowing of you a lot more, what it is that you're doing, you know, this person may see that you're kind of becoming of something, and they will come forward and they'll or look at you and be like, wow, I really want to give up this offer, but they'll feel insecure about coming forward with this offer because they feel you've got a load of other people coming in as well as, and that, you know, with whatever DMs or messages you're receiving from all these other people, these messages or a message from this person, it's just going to kind of like be in the abyss of messages that you're going to be receiving in your inbox, as it were, and you're not going to even see it. So potentially in the way in the past, if this person didn't give you the light of day and didn't really notice of you, or give off the impression that they were nonchalant and that they weren't really kind of paying too much attention to you because there was some sort of tactic or strategy being used because of the sense of immaturity from this person, then, you know, it's going to be kind of backfiring and going on to them, because you won't be doing this of on purpose, because you're not ignoring them on purpose. You wouldn't be, but you just wouldn't notice because the sense you're going to be crazy busy. You're just going to be having a lot on your plate because you have a lot of amazing things happening for you after a long time of, I'm getting struggle here. So this person's eyes are going to be wide open to the fact that they are seriously in love with you, and then no, don't really know what the f to do, because they're like, oh, okay, well now my person who I thought at one point was really a somebody is actually going to be a somebody. I know that sounds so shallow, but that's what I'm getting. But just be careful with anyone else coming into your life. Use that sense of discernment and be like, are they coming in to be a help or a hindrance in my life? Is this person going to aid me and help me, or are they going to try and hold me back? You know, are they going to be an asset or are they going to be a liability? You know, I'm getting the sense that you're not necessarily taking emotion fully out of the picture when you make of these decisions, because you're still kind of quite intuitive here, guys. But I'm feeling like you're not necessarily seeing things as a business transaction, but you have more of a kind of business head on your shoulders and kind of looking at the pros and cons of things, and, you know, really establishing about what is going to be practical for you, what's going to help keep you stable, what's going to help keep you grounded. You know, you're not going to be kind of messing about with anyone here. Like, you have, you know, I feel like you have high standards, and there's nothing wrong in having high standards, because I feel like I'm getting, you know, now your worth. You see your value in yourself, and other people are now seeing the value of you because you see that value within yourself. And this person is just stressed because they want you and they desire you, and they know other people do as well. And if they want to lock it down and have a commitment with you, then they need to show up and follow through properly. Unlike before, they have to do something different to show of themselves to you before. The other message I'm getting is that if you're not dealing with a load of other separate people coming in, you know, new love, or someone who's a friend who then shows you that they feel more for you, and this is all just about one person, and this one person from the past, you know, they could have been quite materialistic. This person may be quite a sensitive soul, but they don't show that to people. You know, a very select few people see that they are actually very caring and generous and loving, and they want to have that sense of stability and security in their life, and they would like to have a long-term partner. But because of the way that they live their life, or they have been in this kind of, I'm getting, hustle culture type thing of show me the money, show me the money. They've put love on the back burner, and they've been very used to being single or kind of having more, superficial connections with people, whereby it's just being kind of friendships or friends with benefits or casually flirting or dating, that type of thing. And you require more from this person, and that challenges them because that's not something that they've ever really done before, but it's something that they want to do. They want to come forward and show you that they are serious, that they are keen, but you challenge this person in a way that they've never been challenged before, and they love it but hate it at the same time because they're quite stubborn and it requires them to do things differently, and they're not quite sure whether they're fully ready yet to be able to do of this. So that's why they're holding back, but they know that if they keep doing what they have been doing, you're not going to be on the market for too much longer. You're not going to be available for too much longer. You'll be taken off the market by someone soon enough, and someone who's going to treat you really well. So obviously with these messages, please take them, as they are general, but you could be dealing with a Libra, maybe even a Taurus, I keep on wanting to say Virgo and Capricorn, so you could be dealing with a fellow earth sign, maybe even a Leo, an Aquarius, Scorpio. We have water coming through, earth, little bit of air, Scorpio, Gemini, that was showing through quite strongly earlier as well, and maybe even Sagittarius. But you could be seeing 1s, 2s, 11, 11, 10, 10, 9s could be significant. But there are lots of different messages that have come through for you today. So obviously only please take what you feel kind of resonates and leave the rest. But that's going to be the end of the reading. So I hope you have enjoyed this reading as much as I've enjoyed reading for you today. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you did fancy supporting myself and the channel, there are donation links now available. So thank you so much to those of you who've already donated. I greatly appreciate you guys. Even if you do not financially donate, a great way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments. So thank you all so much. Also, guys, if you wouldn't mind, can you please hit the notification notification bell, so you guys get an update or a notification as to when I've put out a video that's made available for you guys online. I would really appreciate that. So thank you so much. But I hope you have a wonderful week. Sending love and light, many blessings out to you, and we'll speak to you very soon. Thank you. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. How are we all? Welcome to Capricorn's reading. Now, as I've already said in the intro, this can be for your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus placements for yourself or for your love interests, but I thought I'd just say it again in case you hadn't seen the intro. But let's get into your reading, shall we? Angels of love and light, could we please have clear and concise messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, please, and thank you. Just cutting up the deck for you now. What can we get here, please? Ooh, Page of Wands. I kind of like this, guys. So some of you could be dealing with someone who has strong fire placements, okay? Or you yourself may have strong fire placements, but there's something that's coming around full circle, okay? So someone that you may have a little bit of history with may be coming back around, and it's going to surprise you when they reach out to they contact you, they reach out. Yeah, I feel like you've been anticipating that there's this communication coming in, that kind of text message or the email or the DM or whatever it is that you want to call it. You know that something is coming in for you, but you just haven't really known when it's going to happen. Look at that. With the Four of Cups, you've been sitting here like, when the F is it going to happen? I know it's coming, but is it here yet? Is it going to happen? Like, you may have been feeling a little bit bored, guys, but Tower moment, out of the blue, you're kind of sitting there minding of your own business. This message or communication is going to come in, and you've expected it, but you've not been expecting it at the same time. So you kind of know it's been on the way, but you didn't know when. And I feel like it's just gonna kind of surprise you. Potentially, you could be dealing with a water sign, or maybe even an Aries or a Scorpio. Yeah, it may be shocking because this person may come out the blue and message you and say, I've gone through a breakup, a separation, or a divorce. I've recently moved, or I bought a new house. How about we live together? And you may just be a bit like, wait, what? I've just seen 333 on my timer. So yeah, it may kind of start off like this communication with this person if you were to, talk, and then kind of 5 minutes or 10 minutes into the conversation, or when you kind of eventually meet up, because I feel like you will do, and then this person brings up and be like, oh, so how do you see your future? Oh gosh, how funny. Let's get some cards out. Oh my gosh. Because this person will probably want to bring you some sort of stability here, guys, okay? 7 of Cups. What's this about? What's going on here? Yeah, you've been wondering, when is this person going to get it together and make their move and come forward towards me? And that I can kind of jump for joy. Because you've been feeling in this state of like, oh, how much longer? Like, life's a bit dull right now. It's a bit slow. It's a bit stagnant. It's a bit boring. When am I going to get my love coming in? When am I going to have fun? When am I going to be able to go out and do other things that I want to do? And it's going to shock you, because it's going to be like a blessing in disguise, with the sense of like this person coming back around, and you may be a bit like, look, stressed out that this person's coming in, like maybe even wary, like, well, what do you want? What's your true intentions? What's your nature of this visit? Why are you here? You could potentially be dealing with a Pisces with the Hangman in reverse. 3 of Swords in reverse. What's going on? Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, the love department may have been a bit quiet. 10 of Swords in reverse. 9 of Cups in reverse. One more card to go underneath the 3 of Swords in reverse, please, and thank you for Capricorn. What else? No, that was 2. Can you just get 1? Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, for the bottom of the deck. Sorry if you can't see the cards. I'm just going to move them up for you now. Okay. I'm feeling this overall impression that you have been feeling relatively disappointed when it has come to love. As I say that, with the 5 of Cups, with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, you may have been done with one-sided connections, the sense of feeling taken for granted. I'm getting breadcrumbed here for some. The Page of Pentacles in reverse, Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy, and the 8 of Swords, and the Fool. 3 of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Wands, Knight of Wands in reverse, High Priestess in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Wands, Leo, Strength card, and the Lovers in the King of Cups. Do you know what I'm feeling predominantly from all of these cards, and the reason I've been told to go through the deck so much is because I'm getting this indication that you and this person may have not necessarily got off the best foot last time you spoke to each other. Definitely a misalignment in relation to communication. I'm getting wires were crossed. I was getting wild, the word wild. So things may have felt like they've been a bit chaotic, okay? A bit of a mess. You and this person weren't on the same page at some point. you both felt there was a more spiritual connection between the two of you, and you felt the passion and desire between the two of you of wanting something more significant, but there weren't necessarily in the past the practical steps to be able to bring it into fruition. There wasn't a sense of working or collaborating together to bring this, into the forefront so that you could have your kind of fresh start, as it were. I'm feeling also that this person is, do you know what? I'm getting that they are really into you. They are really into you, and they want you, and they desire you, and they care about you a great deal, and they feel that there is, more to this compared to anything else that they felt with anyone else in their past in relation to a love connection. Um, I really want to say that you may have known each other a long time, but you never had the opportunity to kind of be intimate with each other in a kind of romantic way. It just never seemed to happen or work out for you. There was always something or someone else in the way. Either they weren't able to give into a connection with you, or you weren't able to give into the connection with them. They may have been taken at one point and you were single, and then they were taken at one point and you were single. It's like you just never seem to have your kind of chime. I'm getting chance in the sun, time together. Um, so you may have not necessarily felt victorious in this connection, and you just felt like you kept on missing of each other in one way or another. Like, well, maybe we're not meant to get together. Maybe we're not meant to work out. Maybe we're never meant to have of a romantic connection together. But I'm feeling ultimately this person has finally finished of a painful cycle in their life, and they're ready to turn their back on the past and to begin anew. And I feel like they're heading straight towards you. They're heading straight towards you. They're going to reveal how they feel for you. They're going to say to you, look, I was and am attracted to you. In the past, I was attracted to you, but they may just come clean and say, look, I'm going to tell you as it is. I wasn't ready for a commitment. I wasn't ready to kind of, see our connection in a romantic capacity in that sense, because I feel ultimately this person has been hurt in the past, or they've been rejected, or they wanted to be like the person on top, like to have control of the situation, because they wanted to protect their heart and not get hurt again. So they kind of held back from you. They held back from you, and with doing of this, it really getting knocked you down. It really upset you. This person wasn't collaborating with you. They weren't kind of showing of themselves as someone that was keen to kind of have of something stable in their life. I feel like they had a particular lifestyle that they enjoyed, and you came into their life, and they may have thought that they weren't going to have what they had with these other people. If they were having some sort of casual connections or kind of dating or what have you, they knew on some sort of level that's not something that you were going to tolerate, that you weren't going to kind of do the third party, be the option, kind of, you know, just kind of sleep with them for the sake of sleeping with them. I feel ultimately you were someone who just kind of stood your ground and said, look, unless I'm receiving equal give and take, and we can kind of build on a friendship or on a partnership, or kind of see where this goes in that sense, um, then but if you're not willing to kind of give up certain things from your past, then I don't feel like we're going to work out. And so I feel like you stood your ground in some sort of way and turned your back and focused on your career, because this person just wanted to have their cake and eat it too. I'm feeling at some point. I know this. I'm hoping that this doesn't come across as insensitive, or triggers anyone, but what I'm feeling ultimately is that this person was confused about you. They were confused about why they felt as strongly as they did for you, right, in the past. And why they felt more connected to you and wanted to be around you all the time. And I feel ultimately it's because they fell in love with you, or they grew feelings for you, and they didn't want you to know of that, and they didn't know how to cope with that. So they may have just left you hanging at some point, and you've been potentially at one point quite patient with this person, quite calm with this person, and thought, okay, well, I'll get some sort of answers soon. And then they never came forward with some sort of answers about what was going on with your connection. And you may have felt really quite, I'm getting quite and kinda led on at some point in the past, strung along and quite heartbroken by whatever happened with this person. But I just feel like as if they were trying to avoid you in some sort of way. But they didn't want to avoid you. The reason they avoided you is because they grew feelings for you. And because whoever else that they were dealing with, they didn't have feelings for these other people. They were very much emotionally detached from these other people. But because they felt more for you, and you may have declared your feelings to this person at some point, they refused to take the cup of love that you were giving to them in the past because they didn't know what to do with it. It's like your cup was different from the others. They didn't really know a good thing when it was kind of staring at them in the face. Or they knew and felt that there was something different with you, but they just didn't know how to process it. They didn't know how to process it. So it's like, oh, okay, this is a bit weird. I'm getting the sense of like, when you look at a load of data like online, and or like you look into patterns of certain things that happen to do with some sort of scientific testing or what have you. Maybe you're really into science, or your person is, or what have you, and you get that like anomaly, the one that kind of stands out, the one that's a bit different, and you wow, you can't quite put your finger on it. You can't quite explain why there's the anomaly there in the first place, because you did everything of the same as what you would do normally. So it's like you were the anomaly, but in a good way. But this person didn't see it as a good thing at the time, because they were like, oh, well, this disrupts what I usually do, and I'm not sure what to do with it, so I won't do of anything. And that could have been really quite upsetting, and you've had to heal your heart from the sense of that this person just didn't know or have the sense of the capacity back then to conjure up the kind of the next steps, as it were, as how they were going to sort this out between the two of you. I know that sounds so weird, but that's what I'm getting. 33 could be significant. I'm wanting to say that. Okay. I'm getting like 3 months, or I'm getting like 3 years maybe. You and this person have been through a lot in the past 3 years, or you've not spoken very much in the past 3 years. But I'm feeling that predominantly this person will be coming through with a significant offer, and you're not expecting it because of everything that happened in the past. It doesn't feel like it makes logical sense for this person to come forward and show you that they want commitment, considering the previous actions of this person. The actions and the words didn't line up with one another. It didn't make any sense. It was a bit like, here, there, and everywhere. But I feel ultimately this person has probably gone through something um, quite painful to do with a breakup, a separation, or a divorce elsewhere, if they were in a connection with someone else, okay? Um, with a karmic partner or a karmic ex. They didn't have their dreams fulfilled. They weren't emotionally fulfilled in this other situation. And I'm getting fallen on hard times for some reason. They fell on hard times. Because I feel like the sense of financial stability may have not been there in a previous situation, and they may have realised that it gave them a lot of financial stability and security, but they weren't very happy where they were at, and they were wondering why they weren't fulfilled with what they were continuing to do. And I feel ultimately it's because there was the kind of interjection, as it were, of you coming into their life at that point. And then they were like, oh, okay, well, why do I not feel happy with where I'm at now? I don't feel like they were really ever genuinely happy where they were at. I feel like they settled, and that they kind of just got on with whatever they were dealing at the time, and just kind of, thought, okay, well, this is how it's meant to be, and that's it. You know, I'm getting easy life, the sense of convenience. They lived a life of convenience. I mean, yeah, convenience is all right now and again, but who wants to live a life of convenience? Like, in that sense, like, you want to be able to feel like you're being challenged, and you're growing, and you're glowing, and you're kind of improving, and healing, and doing all of these things to become the best kind of versions of yourself, and so that you could be of a strong, independent person for yourself, but for those around you, loved ones around you. I'm just getting this overall impression that this person just felt like their life was just so stale and dull, and then you turned up. But then I'm getting the sense that they didn't really have the best group of people around them either. May have gave them some really awful advice. If your person had asked for some sort of help about what they should do with the connection or situation with you, then they listened to these other people taking their word as if it was gospel, when actually they didn't really necessarily care less about the connection you and your love interest shared at the time, because they wanted your person to be free and single, as it were, to kind of be, by their side and carry on doing what they were doing. If they were going out a lot or dating a lot, or if they were going, getting clubbing a lot or something, like the nightlife and all that, and the wingman, the wing woman, that kind of thing. It's like they were like, oh yeah, of course we want you to have love. Of course we would like you to find someone really, like, one day. But then they would be like, oh, well, you don't need to go out with so and so. Oh, you'll find better. There's more fish in the sea. There's this, that, what, and the third. But actually, it wasn't true at all. Like, you were the only one that they wanted, really, deep down. But they didn't know what to do with you when you were there. And then you kind of took that on as, well, okay, so I guess this is it then. And this devastated you, because potentially you were really good friends with this person, or you had a solid connection, or you thought you had a solid connection with this person from before, and then it just came across as if they had changed in some sort of way, and it didn't really match up with your kind of memories of how things were between the two of you in the past, and then how it became to be when you were kind of getting re-interacting again, so as in coming back and talking again after a long time of not, and then things not working out. But this person wants to invest in a connection with you. They're going to actually be really quite generous. I don't believe that this person is going to be codependent. They may have dealt with codependency in the past, maybe you have, okay? That could be something that is being worked on at this time. I feel also that this person was kind of overly indulgent in the past, okay? They are needing to address certain behaviors. I'm getting told potentially addictions here. So this person may have an addiction of sorts, potentially in relation to alcohol, I'm picking up on. That could be of significance. So this person may try to ignore their feelings or numb their feelings, so that they don't have to feel of the feelings and express themselves in a particular way. Just seen 22 minutes and 22 seconds on my clock, so I feel the 4 2s together, that's of significance. That's definitely a message for someone. But this person isn't happy with how your connection is currently. they're really not happy at all. They're actually devastated, but they don't want you to know how vulnerable that they actually are, because they feel really quite sad with the fact is that most likely you walked away from them at a point, or they walked away from you, or you both walked away from each other because it just wasn't working out. But more than anything, this person would love to get together with you. They want to show you how they feel for you. They miss your friendship. They miss your connection. I'm getting miss your talks. So you and this person could have, I'm getting long conversations or talk all the time, or just feel very natural between the two of you, and they really miss that. They want to be a part of your life. They're actually trying to fantasize on how to like visualize, like bring this into fruition, so that it's not just something that they think about now and again or all the time. They can actually bring your connection, to into real life. I'm getting real life. But you could potentially be dealing with a Pisces, okay, or someone with strong Pisces in their chart, maybe even Virgo, potentially Aries. We do have a lot of water here: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We do have a little bit of air: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And obviously Earth, as it's your reading. But and the signs that I was reading out earlier, I said 33 or 333 could be significant. 444, 999, 1010, sevens, ones, sixes even. But that's going to be the end of the reading. I've just been called to say, look, this person feels really awful for rejecting your offer in the past, because they knew how much it took for you to open yourself up the way that you did. And I'm getting scarred for life. This person knows that in some sort of way, with how the connection happened between the two of you, they have scarred you in some sort of way with this interaction or lack of interaction, and their kind of their childish ways. They know that you probably have gone through a lot in relation to connections in the past when it comes to love and friendships, and feeling, I'm getting told less than for some reason. And this person, yeah, they feel really bad because you didn't deserve that. You were just coming from a pure place, and this person was, I'm gonna say, selfish before. Selfish. They didn't really think of you and how their actions would impact you. They thought of themselves. And obviously, this was incredibly upsetting. But this person wants to show you that they are willing to put in the work to change things up with you. They are going to open up to you emotionally. They find this difficult, but they're fed up of kind of being upset. I feel like this person has been very emotional. I'm even getting told crying here. This person has cried over the connection. They have cried over the fact that you and them are not in a good place, or you haven't been in a good place. This person does want to address the difficulties from the past. It may feel a little bit stressful, and this person is probably knowing and understanding that you may be angry at them, but they don't obviously want to come forward towards you and message you, and you kind of, you have your guard up so high, and that you kind of shout a load of abuse at them. I don't feel like you would do that, but this person is kind of really knowing that they haven't kind of conducted themselves very well or treated you properly, and so therefore they are very wary of coming forward, but they're going to. Um, but I feel ultimately they've had their heart broken in another situation as well. So I feel like because of this, they're now starting to kind of get the gist as to why you were so upset, because I feel like they had something very similar happen to them during the absence of you not being in this person's life at one point. I'm getting obviously after the absence of you leaving or not being around as much anymore or what have you. Yeah, they've certainly they've certainly experienced something which has definitely changed their perspective on certain things, and they kind of understand now a lot more now as to why you decided to kind of give this person a wide berth before, after certain things that played out. And they're going to be very, I'm getting attentive for some reason, very attentive, like with you, like they are going to come forward and show you the attention that you deserve, um, and give in this connection, after a period of time where they were mainly just giving onto themselves and predominantly other people as well, who were not appreciative of what they were giving. And they now know what it's like to kind of be um, taken for granted. That's what I want to say. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of the reading now. That's definitely the end, okay? It's all the messages that I'm picking up for you today. But I hope you have enjoyed this reading as much as I've enjoyed reading for you. And I hope that there were some messages that resonated, a few messages, if not the whole reading. But if you have enjoyed this reading and you did fancy supporting myself and the channel, there are donation links now available. So thank you so much to those of you who've already donated. I greatly appreciate you guys. Even if you do not financially donate, a great way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments. So thank you all so much. Also, guys, if you haven't already, if you could please turn on the notifications bell, so you'll get an alert as to when I post another video for you all. You'll kind of know when the video is available for you on the channel. I would greatly appreciate that, as that does mean a lot for me, and you'll know when the video is there and you don't miss out on anything. Okay. But I hope you have a wonderful week. Sending love and light. Many blessings out to you all. Please take care, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye, guys.